I'm Mckenna Corlis. I'm a PhD graduate student in the Clinical Psychology Department, and I'm really excited to share the results of my thesis with you today, in which we examined whether parental and family factors moderate the relation between maltreatment and delinquency. Now, we know that there's this relation between child maltreatment and delinquency. Youth who experience maltreatment are at a higher risk for engaging in delinquent behavior as adolescents. But there are a lot of different factors that might affect this relation. And one area that research hasn't explored is whether parental and family level factors moderate this relation. And this is particularly interesting to us because we know independently that family and caregiver factors are related to child maltreatment and that they're related to delinquency. So this was the impetus for our study, was examining whether certain parenting and family factors such as parent-adolescent relationship quality, poverty level, engagement in the community, made it more or less likely that youth with maltreatment histories would later engage in delinquent behaviors. So to conduct this study, we obtained data from the LongScan Consortium. LongScan is the longitudinal studies on child abuse and neglect, and they were a consortium of research studies that examined youth who had been maltreated and youth who were at risk for maltreatment, and they examined risk factors for maltreatment and long-term outcomes of maltreatment. Now, we used this database to explore what we were interested in specifically. So we looked at administrative reports from Child Protective Services for maltreatment. We looked at adolescent reports of their own delinquent behaviors at the age of 16, and we looked at caregiver reports of family and parenting variables at the adolescent's age of 16 as well. And we measured 7 different caregiver and family level factors. And these were things, again, like I said, the relationship between caregivers and their adolescents, parental monitoring of their adolescents. We conducted 7 different ANCOVA models examining whether these variables moderated the relation between maltreatment and delinquency. Only one of these models was significant, and that was the one with community and religious disengagement. What that indicated for us was that youth who had histories of persistent maltreatment, who had no maltreatment histories, or who were maltreated only in childhood were at a greater risk for engaging in delinquent behaviors when their families were not engaged in the community and not participating in religious events in their community. Because our other models had non-significant interaction terms, we pulled those interaction terms out of our models and examined one final model looking at these different parenting factors to see which of these predicted delinquency the strongest. And we found that child sex and child race predicted delinquency, but so did the adolescent-caregiver relationship and negative life events experienced in the past year for the family. In this model, child maltreatment did not predict delinquency. So what this suggests for us is that contextual factors measured during adolescence more strongly predict delinquency than a child maltreatment does. And this has really important treatment implications because it means that we can then focus on these caregiver factors during adolescence, independent of anybody's maltreatment history, to prevent further delinquent engagement. Thank you.